What's going on, YouTube? I'm just a little update on the video that I'm doing on my newest graphics card that I have. Previously, I had a Gigabyte G1 Gaming 980 Ti. I sold that a couple of weeks ago with plans to get a GTX 1080, but seeing the numbers on it after a while and seeing, how it wasn't, a whole lot better than a 1070. I decided to go with the GTX 1070 Founders Edition. I wanted the Founders Edition because all the hot air is going to be blowed out the back, and it just helps with cooling on CPU because they've got a radiator up top. But I want to make a video to kind of show you how it actually performs. As you can see right up here, I'm using the EVGA Precision X overclock. I have a offset of 245 on the core with 600 offset on the memory, and I've got the power target all the way to the right at 112 and the temp at 92C, which it never gets up there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the Valley benchmark that I did. It's on ultra quality. We're going to be doing anti-aliasing times 8 at 1920 by 1080. I did a score on this before with my 980 Ti G1 Gaming, and it scored 95 and some change. I've got a video of that on my channel. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. We're going to do a quick benchmark to actually, show you how it runs. Up there to the top left, that's the actual clock that it's at. So now I'm going to run the benchmark, and we're going to see what happens with it. Right now it's sitting at 2114. I think it does kind of back down to like 2076 or something like that. This is a second test on this offset on the GPU. And the card itself really never goes over 64 degrees Celsius. I keep my temperature in my house at about 75 degrees. So, it's not like ice cold or anything. But right now it's sitting at 2088, as you can see. And from what everybody was saying, with the Founders Edition cards, is that they get really hot. I was expecting this thing to be like an oven, but it's not as bad as people say it is. And see, right now it's 2076. I think right there it's going to stay right there at 2076, which is good because I'm pretty sure I could get more out of the card. Just a little bit more, maybe get close to that 2100. That's the magic number. But I just got the card, so I don't want to get too crazy. But I'm just going to show you actually what the score is. And keep in mind that G1 Gaming that I had, that was overclocked to 1450 megahertz on that G1 Gaming 980 Ti, and it scored 100, like 100.4 or something, or no, it was 95.4. And that was a pretty good score. And this, little over $400 1070 card beat that. So, that's just really impressive, with this Pascal, architecture that I got going on. So I'm really happy with it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that 1080 Ti is going to come out. That's going to be a monster. And that's really the reason why I went with this 1070 is because I run 1440p. And no intentions, not even wanting to try to run 4K. We're just not there yet. So you can still see, man, it's sitting right there at 2076. At 63 degrees Celsius, you can't really, complain about that. It's pretty good temperatures. My case I have is the Corsair 760T. I've got the hard drive trays at the bottom taken out, so it's got maximum airflow. But so far it's working really well. I really like the card. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, this is going to be my score right here. Let's see, 100.9. That is just about 6 frames higher than that overclocked 980 Ti that I have. And you can see that in another video that I have on my channel. So yeah, man, I'm extremely happy with that. You know, it's at 64 degrees Celsius. I mean, I could just let this thing sit here on a rod and it won't leave that 64C. And it's sitting right at 2076. So yeah, if you're interested in getting a GTX 1070, definitely do it. Especially, you know, if you're coming from like a 970 or, you know, a 780 or something like that, definitely do that. If you do have a 980 Ti, really, I don't think, you know, a couple of more frames like that really can justify selling your 980 Ti for this. Not unless, you know, you want new technology, or if you do plan on going virtual reality, which this thing does spank a 980 Ti in VR performance. But I just like having new technology. So, but again, my CPU on here was a 5930K 6-core processor. You know, the big word going around was bottleneck. And I don't really see anything wrong with this system. There it is again. It's still sitting at 2076. So right now, I think that's a magic number. I might later on maybe push it just a tad bit more. But anyway, that's her right there, man. Man, I'm really impressed with the card, man. For a second tier card, man, it's fantastic. But you guys take it easy. Rate, comment, subscribe, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have any other questions or anything, please definitely ask, or if you have any tips or anything, you know, I'm definitely appreciative, because I'm, you know, fairly new to this whole overclocking game. But I'm telling you, for a base clock of 1500 and something megahertz, you know, to go all the way to 2076 and stay in at 64 degrees Celsius, man, I can't complain with that. You guys take it easy. Have a good one.